Okay, we have a few minutes. Let's make this happen. Welcome to 2026. Today, we're talking about the tech that we think are going to happen in 2026, or the things that we would like to see happen, the things that would make a difference, and the things that we would like to see happen. Let's get into it. The device I was most impressed with last year were the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. I love those things. I got them earlier in the year and they're amazing. I wear them all the time. I've seen people out in public with them, from young to old, and I'm hearing people saying they want to get them. They're very impressed with them. This is the thing I think is going to blow up. You're going to see it all over the place. Now, that's good and bad, because one of the things I loved it for when I first got it is that nobody knew I was wearing smart glasses. Now people are hip to it and people are recognizing that, hey, you're wearing smart glasses. Some people are even like, are you recording me? And it's like, no, if I was recording you, then the light would be on. There are pros and cons to everything, but I think this is something that is going to take off, the smart glasses. You also have the Oakley Meta smart glasses as well. You have the Ray-Ban Meta display. I'm not a huge fan of them yet. I do think eventually I will get them. Not this version, maybe the second generation, or depending on what they do, the third generation. But right now, I will hold off on those. I love the ones I have. I still want full Meta AI in the Caribbean, but it's worth it regardless. As a reminder, the second generation Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses, they have better battery life and a better camera. So that's my device that I was really impressed with for 2025, and I'm looking forward for more in 2026. We have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is AI. I saw a post the other day from one of my friends. It was a repost, and he was saying, basically, technology, you could stop now. We're good where we are. And I don't 100% agree with the post, but I do understand the sentiments. AI is doing a lot. It can do a lot. I was watching CES, catching up on CES, and AI is the big thing. Just like how a few years ago, smart was the big thing. Now AI is the big thing. That's good. But there's also a bad to it, because now they're putting AI in everything. No, everything does not need AI. Only if you need it. Come on, guys. We're gonna see a lot more AI all over the place, but make it useful and meaningful. Please don't just do it just because you can. Of course, I have to mention CCT with their 5G. CCT is the only 5G network in the BVI. So if you're using your AI or whatever technology you have, we got 5G for you. If you're in the BVI, CCT is the obvious choice to make your devices run better internet, everything. 5G, of course. And then moving on to smartphones. Get this in your head, guys. Smartphones are here to stay. They're going to transform and they're going to do different things, but they are here to stay. Foldables. Now, my take on foldables is this. It's out there. I have been seeing people with foldables, but the prices are up there. Jeez, with all this technological advancements, please just bring down the prices of things. That is going to be my theme. Bring down the prices, please. Things should be getting cheaper as they get better, right? Jeez. Foldables, until the prices start to come down significantly, then they're not going to be as popular. They are out there. I'm not saying they're not, but I don't see them being, like everywhere. To be honest, I've seen more Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses than foldables. That says a lot. Now, Apple is rumored to bring out a foldable, but once again, it comes down to price. And price is going to be the theme for this. It's like I'm begging on behalf of all of us, please bring down the prices on stuff. If you're into drones, there's literally only one brand for drone. Nobody else counts, and that is DJI. The US has implemented a ban on DJI drones. We're not in the US. Well, I'm not in the US. We're in the Caribbean, and I'm talking to my Caribbean people. How does that affect us? It is not banned in the Caribbean. How does it affect us? Well, most of our shipping comes through the US. What does that mean for us? Are we not going to be able to get our drones, or are we going to have to get them from a different place? Maybe like Canada or UK, Europe, somewhere else. Let's see what happens. That is a very sad story for me, because DJI is indeed an innovator. I love their products. I'm thinking on integrating more of their products into my workflow. So I have the Mic Mini here, and I'm thinking on getting a few of the other stuff. But for now, the drones are banned. Maybe it might change, maybe not, but let's see what happens and how that affects us in the Caribbean. Now, if you're in the US or the US Caribbean, like the US Virgin Islands or Puerto Rico, it might not affect you as much because when I travel to the US, I don't even walk with a drone. There's so many restrictions and this and that and whatnot that it doesn't make sense to walk with a drone. So it might not affect you, but for the rest of us in the Caribbean, what does this mean for us? And then of course, given what's going on globally, prices, what does this mean for prices? What does it mean for prices? Because as I said, most of our things go through the US and then come to the Caribbean. Does this mean that we're gonna get a markup on the markup prices, or things are just gonna get more expensive? I do have to say toys. I was watching CES and toys are getting more technologically advanced, but please don't let them be expensive. Do not let them be expensive, especially toys for kids, because kids are going to mash up these things. They're going to destroy them to some degree, so don't let them be expensive. I'm talking about price a lot this time, but that's okay. Back in the day when I was growing up, you had an action figure or a doll and that's it. But now these things could give you emotions and speak to you and whatever. But we're watching price again. I don't really want to mention cameras. I'm not talking about smartphone cameras. I'm very impressed with the iPhone 17 camera. Cameras have been coming out. We had a few releases and they're good. They're definitely good. But to me, the regular person, the consumer, these things look good on paper, but in real life use, it kind of doesn't really matter. So if you have a really good camera, stick to it. If you don't get a really good one now, it's going to be good for a good while. Let me know what you think is going to happen in 2026, or what do you want to see happen in technology for 2026. Hopefully it's a big year and we see things happening, we see things coming. I think technology should be meaningful. We shouldn't just do technology for technology's sake, just because we can. It should be meaningful and add to our lives or make our lives easier. So just let me know, leave a comment, hit me up, whatever. Let's keep the conversation going.